Houston, we have a problem. Cycling, right? This is why you have to look at reviewers, because all the freaking YouTubers, including the Cyclists shills, haven't even been mentioned about any of this. So what's the problem? So you wear the necklace, right? It goes flat on your body. When you're inside the cycling lean over your handlebars, you use a clip so you can angle it so that it's still facing forward and not facing down, right? But this clip, it only has an orientation of horizontal. So actually, if you're trying to capture a portrait, you're going to either have to crop into that horizontal, or you're going to have to mount it directly to the magnet. But the problem with that is going to be facing down. And actually, I noticed that a lot of the stupid footage that cyclists were taking were facing down to the handlebars, aka cockpit of the bike. So if you're shooting portrait, for me, I'm probably going to shoot horizontal mostly, I guess, for this. Just making sure to show that people realize there's extra settings in here. Daily. This is for the shutter speed, I believe. So one is daily for vlogging. You have a sport mode, and that sport mode is for sports, cycling, running. So I'll switch into that. Then you have a anti-motion blur, and this is for low light. So if you're doing some kind of, I guess, activity at night and you don't want it to blur, then you would switch it to that. So I'm going to go into sports, and then I'll film horizontally. All right, so checking my orientation with this Vision dock. Of course, you can use your DJI Mimo app. You don't need this dock. You don't even need to carry around unless you're charging with it. Okay, the angle looks okay because I'm using the hat clip with the pendant, the necklace, and I think, yeah, this share bike that I'm on is actually, the share bike is, it doesn't lean too far forward. If you had a road bike, you're a road cyclist, then you definitely have to put a more steeper angle on this magnetic, on the hat clip for the magnetic. And if you had to do a portrait, then you're screwed unless you crop in or I don't know what you do. How is the audio quality? So pros and cons. Insta350 Go Ultra sounds like, from all the reviews, it has a better audio from the body. They regard DJI Nano to sound tinny. I guess it's less bass, but also DJI has stereo. Someone mentioned that the Go Ultra is just a mono. Someone can confirm or not. So it's like neither are perfect. It's like you have to find out which one fits you, which priority or criteria that you value the most. I'm not even sure if you can hear me. If I were to have audio, if I'm doing a cycling and I had to have audio, I would definitely use a DJI mic. So that's one way to just deal with that, right? Deal with that issue, supposedly, if it has a mic. How is the quality of the video? It's approaching sunset, plenty of light, so everything looks great. Even my old GoPro 9, which I used like a week or so ago, looked fine. It looked perfectly fine. It's actually quite good in the day when there's plenty of light. And guess what? It sucks. GoPro sucks at night. You know what else sucks at night? Go Ultra sucks and good. DJI Nano sucks at night as well. Before I even attempt to film it, I know it's gonna suck. Wow, what a lovely day for cycling. Okay, one advantage with the magnet thing is that I could quickly dislodge it, but it's really strong. This thing is definitely not gonna fall out by accident. So then you can film your buddy as you're going by, or a point of interest, and then quickly clip it. Don't have to, there you go. I hear that clap, very solid, and it's a very strong magnet attraction. And then that just simplifies it, so that's the convenience of that. Compared to something that was mounted like I don't know, if you had like a GoPro one, you couldn't be able to do that. I guess I can just, instead of pulling off the magnet, I can try to turn it like this way. This looks weird. This is what the screen looks like. It was just showing the minutes, how much minutes passed by. It wasn't actually showing the feed. Kind of went into like a screensaver. Yeah, cycling rules. Whoa, this is, I'm going into headwind right now. A lot of cool air, which is very nice. Love it. But that cool air that's blowing stronger could introduce some wind noise. I'm not sure how my voice sounds like compared to without wind. Is it okay? Let's see, where am I going? I think this camera is going to be noticeable. These cameras are no longer discreet at all. Let's be real. It's less about the body, I have to say, right? It's less about the body. It's more about the big lens, big ass lens on it. I do have to agree that in terms of quality against the sun, DJI Nano is definitely better. I think DJI is just better with their lens coating. When I look at the lens on this Nano, it really looks like it has a great coating on it. So that is probably why the reason why when you look at the comparison between Insta360 and this one, you notice that there's a less flare. Now I'm a kind of a person that kind of likes flare. Like, what's that guy's name? J.J. Abrams. I sort of like the style of flares. So for me, that's not a deal killer. But if you're professional, that's definitely a deal killer. You don't want that. So DJI Nano really feels like the more professional type of, this type of spontaneous camera or more discreet type of camera. Maybe I should have filmed it at 4K 60 frames per second. While I'm cycling, I can imagine, let me just speed up. I can imagine when I'm cycling that it's creating plenty of wind, that I don't have to worry about cooling issues with this, so it'll be fine. I wonder about this screen thing. So let's see, I'm trying not to touch it. So now it says 7 minutes and 20 seconds, right? And then if I touch it, then it'll show the live update. This is probably consuming power from both the camera and also consuming power from this vision dock. So these guys are making a right turn. Wait, I'm in this area just so I can I'll do some night shots with this Nano. I'll do a comparison, iPhone versus Pocket 3 versus Nano. It's gonna be so bad. I suppose that the way you'll look at it is the Nano, you have to look at it and see if it's acceptable. Otherwise, if I were a professional, I would just get a necklace, one of those silicone necklaces with the metal in it. Oh, get the dog out. So yeah, I would just wear those new style necklace that you can wear around your neck, and then I would mount a iPhone if I was looking for the maximum quality that still can be worn around your neck. And then the second level would be Pocket 3. And I have Pocket 3, I think a long time ago, whenever Pocket 3 came out, I did cycling videos at night. So you can cycle with a Pocket 3 for sure. Of course, if you're gonna crash, you may break it, but as long as you're not doing off-road, I mean. If you're doing road cycling or some casual cycling, Pocket 3 is perfectly fine. In fact, it's really good because you don't even have to worry about the orientation of the camera at all. It's essentially, you have a tilt lock. Even if you go down, lean into, or stand up or anything like that, it's always orienting forward. So honestly, if I was honestly, if I were taking a planned cycling shot, I would do maybe Pocket 3 first and maybe iPhone if I could figure it out. Okay, let's see, I don't think this is gonna overheat. I can feel that this vision dock does have a feeling that it's warm, even though the screen's not really running. So this point of view is de-warped, just zoomed in, plus the horizontal. Because I realize when you're inside rock steady, I can see, if you don't have it perfectly flat, I can see a slight tilt. Of course, you can fix that in post. If it's on a constant slight tilt, that's an easy fix. But since this type of cycling is so easy, why would I use rock steady? Horizontal would be the best. Unless or you can put it on off. Then another way to look at it, if you're cycling and you want to capture the lean of the bike as you go into a corner, then it's possible that you don't want to put horizontal lock. Okay, so also to show that I have my Apple Watch running. So with all DJI products at this point, they all have the dashboard feature where you can put metric overlays on top of the footage. So I will download this by the DJI Mimo app, and the DJI Mimo app is super fast now. I think it's a new Wi-Fi protocol. It's like more than twice the speed as before. It seems twice the speed of my Pocket 3 to transfer, which is nuts. Honestly, at that point, I wouldn't even think of using a cable at all. Why bother? So then, essentially, I'm running the sports on the Apple Watch, which is outdoor cycling. And then after I finish the activity, it'll be saved to my Apple Health. It's linked to my DJI Mimo app. So after I download the footage from the Nano into the DJI Mimo, you go into the dashboard, then you search for the matching. It'll find it for you for the time will match up, and then you can just put any kind of metric on. So for cycling, it'll be speed, maybe the map, or inclination, these kind of things. And I think heart rate as well. Since the Apple Watch is collecting heart rate, it can put that bugs with heart rate as well. I'm still trying to think if I'm gonna ditch this Vision dock because I think it's just superfluous extra weight. And then it's like, even though it's supposed to be charging up the camera, it's being used, its power is being depleted now by running the live thing. So even though this thing is nearby your camera, it's activating it. So it's not just a a power bank or something like that. And I already know there exists a connection thing that can be just a charger for the camera itself. Okay. Regarding the body shape of this camera versus the Go Ultra, when it's on your body, they're both pretty much the same. In fact, you could probably argue that the Go Ultra is more aerodynamic because it's maybe more flatter on your body, so it matches your body. And this Nano would be, I guess, less aero because it's sticking out a bit because of the hat clip. But if you're going at this speed, that doesn't matter. That's for road cyclists, people who are maximizing their aero. And one can argue that they could be, okay, you can argue that the Nano, if you happen to mount the Nano onto the bike directly, as opposed to your body, the Nano is obviously more aero. So there's no clear winner because Nano is definitely more aerodynamic when it's off of your body and you put it on your handlebar or something else. Okay, reach the destination. So let's see how much it ate up. Okay, go into the thing. That's 15 minutes of cycling. So 64, it ate up 24%? No, 36% with 16 minutes. And only it's not that bad, 6% off of this Vision dock. Okay, then you either can press the button on the camera itself or the Vision dock. Actually, wanted to get some portrait. So now I have the camera is directly on the magnetic pendant. Maybe I'm wrong. Let's see if I'm in a. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe when you have it in portrait, it's wide enough from the top and bottom that you don't really have to orient it. Don't have to worry about it just facing down. Maybe I'm wrong. What do you think? What do you guys think? If I was in a more aggressive bike, say you're in a road bike, nah. Okay, see, that's what I see. I remember saying road cyclists, when they're riding their bike and showing the footage, it looks something like this. So you do, I guess, get a bit of the road, at least maybe that's okay. And maybe you can just crop it in. I don't know how you'll do it, but perhaps in the future DJI will redesign this magnetic necklace or come out with a separate one you can just buy, if that becomes an issue with you, if that's a deal killer for you. But let's see. Okay, this is me in a normal riding position. I guess it gets us kind of fine, and because it's showing more of the handlebar and underneath it compared to the horizontal. But this is a very upright bike. So if I was into my normal bike, it's probably something like this. If it's a road bike, you might be like this way, especially if you're in the drops. Oof. All right, some portrait footage. How do I shut this off?